The red carpet, as you said, looked more like a funeral as everyone wore black to protest gender inequality, injustice, and sexual harassment in the workplace.
Last night was the Golden Globes, and I'll admit right away that I didn't watch it. Instead, I made much better use of my time by watching hours and hours of anime and thinking about what kind of thirst trap I was going to set up for today's hashtag MCM Instagram post, which you should go check out. I did, however, read the highlights, I watched the clips from the broadcast, and most importantly, I listened to a bunch of conservative wet noodles frothing at the mouth at how these celebrities had no right to say things like,
you know, I was so shocked to hear that E doesn't believe in paying their female co-hosts the same as their male co-hosts.
Wow, what a shocking hot take from this actress who's wealthy and pretty, and how dare she say this incredibly reasonable thing. And then there was the whole Natalie Portman controversy.
And here are the all-male nominees.
Oh, no she didn't! Dare to criticize this lack of female representation in front of industry titans. And this was basically the conservative hot take machine losing its collective hive mind over all the politics on the carpet because there's a time and place for progressive commentary. It's not on the streets, it's not during the national anthem, and it's certainly not at an award show. It's only acceptable, maybe when it's an old white dude discussing it, mockingly on a panel with other old rich white guys.
America at a Crossroads, Sunday, on a special presentation, The Wise Guys.
This is a real show, by the way. Like, we wanted to make something up, but this show actually exists. But back to the Golden Globes and Oprah's powerful speech.
What I know for sure is that speaking your truth is the most powerful tool we all have.
Your truth? Facts don't care about your feelings, Oprah.
There's no such thing as your truth. There is the truth and your opinion.
The truth is that Hollywood is brainwashing us and making us think that women shouldn't be in the kitchen and should speak up about harassment, as if those are bad things. And look, unlike these cynical, weird Shapiro takes, these award shows are not immune to criticism. And I'm not necessarily their biggest fan either. They're full of celebrities patting themselves back-breakingly hard in the form of social commentary on the carpet and in acceptance speeches. Okay, it's basically this intellectualized and expensive round of fart sniffing. But another thing that struck me as odd was the fact that Rose McGowan, who is a whistleblower and a Weinstein victim, wasn't invited to the ceremony. McGowan paid a serious personal and professional price for speaking up, as most whistleblowers often do. She was then dragged through the press by Weinstein and his people and followed around by ex-Mossad agents, for Christ's sake. And this is exactly the kind of duplicity that allows people to dunk on Hollywood screaming hypocrisy at the top of their lungs. These cynical conservative pundits are trying to exploit this difference between celebrities' words and deeds to discredit the entire message, which is absurd, but also sadly effective. As a progressive, I urge everyone on the left and right to recognize that the problem with Hollywood is not about individuals, but the larger failure of the system. And I do believe in punitive measures for the Weinsteins of the world, who not only do the assaulting, but also purposely structure the system to enforce a code of silence so that they can keep abusing free of scrutiny. But we need to give room to context and nuance in our crazy purity spirals.
I think the hypocrisy is oozed out into their false reality in such a way that it's sort of getting a little bit crazy in Hollywood.
The fact that conservatives can so easily take this cynical approach I just criticized and stoke the fires of the leftist circular firing squad is counterproductive to the overall Me Too and Time's Up movements, and that's scary. Also, what's the alternative? Should these celebrities not speak up on these matters? Should they just not say reasonable things like rape is bad, or that women should be paid and represented equally? And finally, should the ones who were fearful of banishment be punished as well for their silence? Yes, Hollywood types are imperfect vessels for delivering progressive messages. But that's the culture we live in. If conservatives don't like it, then perhaps they should stop propping up Ted Nugent, Chuck Norris, and Donald Trump.
Went to television and for 10 years was a tremendous success, as you probably have heard.
We go to war with the culture we have, not the culture we want. Like it or not, the reality is that we give celebrities a huge platform. And if we have to suffer through hypocrisy and tiresome self-congratulatory backpatting for these important messages to get out, then so be it. Anyway, guys, if you like this video, please share it with your friends. I'm Hassan Piker. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram at HassanDPiker and on Twitter at HassanTheHun. And this has been The Breakdown.